Hello, Arsenal Stage News. Welcome back again to your hub of Gunners' latest updates and transfer news. If it is your first time here, just hit the subscriber button and your thought in comment section. Let's get started. Arsenal have reportedly received a surprise late bid for winger Leandro Trossard, despite the summer transfer window already closing in the United Kingdom. According to Turkish outlet Sözcüspor, Besiktas have tabled an offer worth £19.1 million for the Belgian international, who only recently signed fresh terms with the Gunners. Although Arsenal are unable to bring in new players following the closure of the English market, they are still able to sanction departures to countries where the window remains open. Turkey is one of those leagues, with clubs having until September 12th to finalize deals, which gives Besiktas more time to push for Trossard's signature. The 30-year-old only joined Arsenal in January 2023 from Brighton and has largely been utilized as a squad player under Mikel Arteta. While he has delivered moments of quality, competition for attacking roles has intensified with the presence of Gabriel Martinelli, Bukayo Saka, and the summer addition of Riccardo Calafiori, who can also operate in advanced positions. This makes Besiktas's bid intriguing, particularly as Arsenal only a few months ago handed Trossard a peculiar new contract. The fresh deal, signed earlier in the summer, granted him an improved salary, but did not extend his stay at the Emirates, with the agreement still running until 2027, the same expiry date as his previous terms. That has raised eyebrows, as it suggests the extension was more about rewarding the player than committing him for longer. During the transfer window just gone, Trossard attracted interest from Brentford, Aston Villa, and several overseas clubs. However, Arsenal opted to keep him, banking on his experience and versatility as they prepared for a demanding campaign across multiple competitions. Besiktas, meanwhile, are keen to strengthen their wide options after missing out on Jadon Sancho, who instead sealed a late loan move to Aston Villa. Sancho's switch sees Villa cover 80% of his hefty £200,000 a week wages, leaving the Turkish giants to look elsewhere. Whether Arsenal will entertain Besiktas's offer remains unclear. Arteta may be reluctant to lose an experienced squad member without the chance to replace him, but a £19.1 million fee for a 30-year-old could be tempting business. With a few days left before the Turkish deadline, the Gunners must now decide whether to cash in or keep faith in Trossard as part of their push for silverware this season. Dauman makes England U19's debut as Arsenal stars dominate headlines. Arsenal youngster Max Dauman added another milestone to his rapidly growing career after making his England under-19 debut in a 2-0 win over Ukraine on Wednesday. The 15-year-old midfielder, who only recently burst onto the Premier League stage, was rewarded with a call-up to the U19s, despite usually featuring for the U17s. Dauman came on in the 70th minute, with the young Lions already 2 goals ahead thanks to strikes from Divine Mukasa and Shumira Mhuka. Liverpool's Rion Gumoha also started in an impressive England display. For Dauman, it marks yet another sign of the faith coaches have in his potential, having already become the Premier League's second youngest player earlier this year when he featured for Arsenal against Leeds, even winning a penalty during that game. The teenager's rise has been so sharp that he has been named in Arsenal's Champions League squad for the upcoming campaign. Due to UEFA rules, he could not be listed on the B list, and therefore takes a place among senior stars in Mikel Arteta's 23-man A list. Gabriel Jesus is the most notable absentee, with the Brazilian left out as he continues to manage fitness concerns. New arrivals including goalkeeper Kepa Arrizabalaga, defender Piero Hincapié, and forward Victor Gyökeres all make the squad. Fellow academy talents Ethan Nwaneri and Miles Lewis-Skelly are not on the A list but will feature on the B list, which covers club-trained players aged between 15 and 21. Arsenal's schedule has also seen changes confirmed this week. Their Carabao Cup tie against Port Vale will now take place on Wednesday, September 24th, with an 8 p.m. kickoff live on Sky Sports. Meanwhile, their Premier League clash at home to Crystal Palace has been moved to Sunday, October 26th, to accommodate Palace's European commitments. Elsewhere, Gyökeres has addressed criticism following his £63.5 million transfer from Sporting CP to Arsenal. alongside Alexander Isak, who sealed a record-breaking £125 million move to Liverpool. Gyökeres faced accusations of leveraging player power to force a transfer. The striker defended himself, insisting clubs retain most of the control in such situations. "You don't really know what goes on behind the scenes," Gyökeres told Sky Sports. "Clubs can do what they want with a player. It's not always in our hands." With Daumann's debut, fixture changes, and Gyökeres settling into life in North London, it has been a busy week in and around Arsenal. Arsenal sporting director was happy to miss out on £21 million. Mikel Arteta transfer target Arsenal appointed Andrea Berta as their new sporting director in March, hoping that the ex-Atletico Madrid transfer chief would enhance their recruitment in the summer. Arsenal lost the race for highly rated goalkeeper Joan Garcia to Barcelona during the summer transfer window, but it was no skin off Andrea Berta's nose. Garcia, 24, was linked with a move to the Emirates in the early part of the summer as Mikel Arteta looked to strengthen his goalkeeping department. The Gunners sold Aaron Ramsdale in August 2024 and replaced him with Bournemouth shot-stopper Neto on a season-long loan. After the Brazilian made just one appearance last term, starting Arsenal's Champions League clash with Girona, Neto returned to the South Coast, and Arteta began his search for a new backup to first-choice goalkeeper David Raya. Garcia's name frequently appeared in gossip columns, and he was indeed on Arsenal's radar, it can be revealed. But Berta, the club's new sporting director, who was appointed in March, wasn't keen. According to The Athletic, the ex-Atletico Madrid transfer chief was wary of paying Espanyol, the Spaniards' £21 million release clause. When Garcia chose Barcelona and signed a 6-year contract, Berta was happy to pivot to an alternative. According to The Athletic, the ex-Atletico Madrid transfer chief was wary of paying Espanyol, the Spaniards' £21 million release clause. When Garcia chose Barcelona and signed a 6-year contract, Berta was happy to pivot to an alternative. Chelsea goalkeeper Kepa Arrizabalaga was brought in, costing Arsenal far less at £5 million. Meanwhile, Garcia has immediately been installed as Barcelona's new number 1 and is enjoying an impressive start to the season. The 24-year-old pulled off a string of saves to prevent Barca from suffering a humiliating defeat at Rayo Vallecano on Sunday, as the La Liga champions drew 1-1. He put in a fantastic performances and earned us a point, Barcelona boss Hansi Flick said, post-match. Flick recently described Garcia as the future of the Barca, and unlike at Arsenal, everyone was on board with his signing. With Joan Garcia, we have a very young, talented goalkeeper who is at a very high level, Flick explained at an awards ceremony in Germany last week. Everyone decided together that he should be the future of Barca. So, ultimately, it was clear what our approach would be. Arsenal have completed the signing of Ecuadorian defender Piero Hincapié from Bayer Leverkusen in a season-long loan deal, with an option to make the move permanent for £45 million next summer. The 23-year-old becomes the club's 8th and final arrival of a record-breaking transfer window, taking their summer spending to more than £250 million. Hincapié, who will wear the number 5 shirt, was unveiled late on deadline day as the Gunners' final piece of the puzzle, according to the club's official announcement. His signing comes at a crucial time for Mikel Arteta, who may need defensive reinforcements following William Saliba's ankle injury suffered during Sunday's narrow defeat to Liverpool at Anfield. The centre-back brings valuable experience despite his age, having made over 100 appearances for Leverkusen since joining in 2021. He was a key figure in Xabi Alonso's side that clinched the Bundesliga title in 2024, earning praise for his athleticism, versatility, and composure on the ball. Hincapié has also established himself at international level, featuring regularly for Ecuador since his breakthrough. His arrival has already had a knock-on effect within the squad, with Polish defender Jakub Kiwior heading out on loan to Porto after being deemed surplus to requirements. For Arteta, Hincapié offers both cover and competition across the back line, capable of operating as a central defender or in wider defensive roles. Speaking after the deal was confirmed, Arteta highlighted the qualities that attracted Arsenal to the player. Piero has a real physical presence. His versatility and tactical flexibility give us strong added defensive options. He is a big character, with a very good combination of both youth and maturity. He will make our squad stronger and more competitive as we continue into this season. Arsenal's sporting director, Andrea Berta, who has overseen an ambitious summer of recruitment, also praised the signing. At only 23, Piero already has significant experience, both in the Bundesliga and at international level. He is an intelligent defender with real strength and versatility. His performances in recent years for both club and country have been of a consistently high quality, and we are confident he will continue to grow and be an important player for us. Nkapie is expected to join up with his new teammates after the international break and could make his debut immediately if Saliba's injury sidelines him. With his arrival, Arsenal's squad now looks more complete than ever as they aim to push for the Premier League title.